Good morning, Flosstube. Welcome to Justsewsherrie. I'm Sherrie here on YouTube, and I'm also Justsewsherrie over on Instagram. If you want to follow me over there, you'd be very welcome. Hello. It is Saturday. I think it's Saturday, the 9th of December this morning. Funnily enough, it'll probably be the 9th of December all day today. Oh, that's the plan anyway. Yes, I'm a week late because I forgot I was jingling me ball last weekend, wasn't I? So yeah, I went to the jingle ball. So I've got quite a lot of content, I suppose. I've got quite a bit of stitching. So I've got fully finishes, I've got finishes, I've got whips, I've got new starts, and I've got starts and finishes. So according to Chris Cross Stitch, I've got a right royal flush. So yeah, quite chuffed with myself. And if you don't follow Chris Cross Stitch, you should. He's a lovely guy, and he's quite funny, or he makes me laugh anyway. Right, here we go. I was a bit lost when I haven't done this. I need to keep on a fortnightly keel because otherwise I forget what the hell I'm meant to be doing. To be fair, I don't remember that much in 2 weeks, but it's better than 3. Justsewsherrie. I'm going to do an old one. This isn't a Justsewsherrie. It's a Justsewsherrie's daughter. We all have them. No, we don't all have daughters, but those of us that have children all have cutesy, funny stories to tell about the children. And this is one of those, because I was trying to think of something Christmas related. And the other thing is, and for those of you who haven't had children or haven't had them and or planning to have them, what happens is the minute you give birth, before you deliver the placenta or anything like that, the midwife hands you a contract. Okay, and number 1 on that contract is must embarrass and show up as much as humanly possible. So Courtney's going to hate me for telling this story, but tell it I shall. She was little. She was only about 3 or 4, and I was at my mum's house, and she'd said, "Mum, can we sing the song about Rudolph?" And I says, "Uh-huh." And I says, "What song?" She went, "Rudolph and Olive. Can we sing the song about Rudolph and Olive?" Who's Olive? You know, Rudolph and Olive. No, Courtney, I don't know. I don't know any songs about Rudolph and Olive. You do know the song about Rudolph and Olive, Mum. And she was getting so frustrated, and I started laughing, thinking, I have got a Scooby what she's talking about. And she was getting more frustrated, and I was laughing harder. My mum's like, for God's sake. And I said, Courtney, look, honey, the only song I know about Rudolph, I think, is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yes, I think that's it. Well, where does Olive come into it? Well, we'll sing it, because it's about Rudolph and Olive. Okay. Right. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw him, you would even say it glowed. Olive, the other reindeer, used to laugh and call him names. So it turned out Olive was the chief bully. Olive was the one who picked on Rudolph. So you've got Dancer and Prancer and Dasher and Vixen and Cupid and Olive. Right? Olive was there in charge all along. So yeah, I always think about that when I think about Christmas. That's my majorly embarrassing story about my daughter. I've got a few more, but we'll not go there. have you noticed I'm being all Christmassy? So I've got snowman earrings and I've got, is this an elf hat? I think it's meant to be an elf hat. But I ordered a few, so I might need to have some costume changes to get the most out of me money. So, I don't even know where I am, what I'm meant to be doing, or what I'm even doing here. What am I doing here? Cross stitch, that's what I'm doing here. Where shall we start? I feel like I've forgotten something. I always feel like I've forgotten something. But we will start with some fully finishes. That's where we'll go. Oh, I haven't told you, so I've got blackcurrant today. To wet me whistle. And here we go. So, fully finishes. I fully finished my little snowman. And all I did was literally, I put 3 layers of batten in just to give it a little bit of substance more than anything. And then I literally glued some fabric, some Christmassy fabric onto the back. And I did cut really close around the Ada, and I just got some hot glue and pushed it in and stuck the Ada to the hoop. And then put the batten in and put the fabric on. And that is that one. And I've got a second one that I did exactly the same. So my little deer. Although I was looking at this, I don't know whether it's a deer or whether it's meant to be a little dog with antlers on. What do you think? Don't really know. But again, exactly the same. So they have been sitting on my little Christmas tree up here. I just got them down. So yeah, they're my 2 little fully finished ornaments, Christmas decorations, whatever you want to call them. So I was quite pleased with them. And I also fully finished my Vervico stitches. So it was the little Santas. I can't show them all in one hand, can I? I'm not a juggler. There we go. I got there. So what I did with these was, and these are just, I'm sure they were £2 each for a set of 2. So basically these frames were £1 each. All I did was I cut some mount board out and I covered them in like a silver fabric. I don't know if you can see. So the silver fabric is just here. And then I put some mount board behind the actual stitch. If I remember rightly, I did it with double-sided sticky tape, and I just sticky taped the mount board to the stitch. And what I did was I deliberately frayed the edges so it would just have a nice finish rather than, and then so it sits proud, if you like. So it sits off the fabric. So yeah, and they sit downstairs in my Christmas decorations, and I'm dead chuffed with them. They've come out really, really well. And these are the ones that were on sale at Hobbycraft. I don't know if they still are, I haven't checked, but they were on sale for £11 for the 3. So there are my fully finishes. I'm quite pleased with them. Finishes. I finished Chris the Camping Stitcher. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And this was done on a home dyed, badly, Rit dye, sorry. On a, I think it's a 16 count. And I'm going to make him into a cushion the way that Chris has finished it. So you'll find Chris the Camping Stitcher on Etsy. She's also a Flosstuber, which I'm sure you probably all know. And she's just a lovely lady. Really nice, kind, gentle lady, much unlike me. So yeah, that's that. And then I finished, and this is from Needle Treasures Nook. Merry Christmas 2023. So again, this is on Etsy, and this is Needle Treasures Nook. And I'm really pleased with that. It came out exactly how I wanted it. So it's just like a 32 count linen, just a fairly plain. And I did it with Weeks Dye Works Lancaster Red, and I just chose it. I can't remember what the called for was, but I just had a look at my stash and chose this and used this. And when I bought it, it was the 2022 version that I bought, because I bought it months and months and months ago. And she very kindly I'm saying just randomly, obviously it wasn't random, she sent out a new version of it with the 2023 on. So it was exactly the same pattern. Basically, it's just got the 3 charted, which was handy because it meant I didn't have to. So that was quite nice. So Needle Treasures Nook on Etsy is where you'll find this one. And I've got a third finish, and again it's Needle Treasures Nook, and it is the Biscornu. I have finished stitching them. So obviously that is the top and that is the bottom. And this is a 32 count. Yeah, 32 count wisteria. And this was the one, I wasn't sure who it was by. It's just a really pale, pretty pale blue that I did it in. So now to make up a Biscornu, which I haven't done before. But it looks relatively simple, although I think I've made a bit of a boob. The back stitch I've done in 2s, so I've done it as if I was doing 2 stitches, so over 4 holes. And when I've looked at how you actually stitch the Biscornu together, you use the back stitch to stitch them. So I hope they're going to be sturdy enough over the 2. I mean, technically it's over 4 holes because it's linen, but it's over the 2 stitches, if you like. So I'm hoping it's going to be all right. I don't really want to unpick it and do it again before I've even attempted. So I might not cut down as far as I normally would, just to give me a little bit of extra room, because if I then need to restitch it, it just gives me, because you're only meant to cut it about a centimetre or something outside the back stitch line, and then obviously stitch them together. So I'll probably cut them out a little bit bigger to give me some playing room. Right, annoyed with myself. You see, read the instructions, Sherrie, before you do it, not after. Always read the instructions afterwards. It's like one of those, can you remember you used to get these at school, would get the thing off the teacher. Number 1, do this. Number 2, do that. Number 3, bark like a dog. Number 4, spell the word goat. Number 5, go and find 3 pencils from somewhere. And then you'd get down to number 12 by the time you'd all done all of this crap and nonsense and really, really weird stuff. And it would say at number 12, now go back and just complete number 1. And of course the entire class had done number 1 to 11 before. Oh, that was it, because number 1 was always read the instructions before completing. And of course, nobody ever did. It was meant to teach you to read the instructions before you completed. Yeah, I'm 49 and I didn't learn that lesson, clearly. And which makes up my right royal flush, which is my starts and my finishes, are these. And I got these from Harrogate when I went to the Knitting and Stitching show. And they are Christmas trimmings by the Cross Stitch Guild. So there's a little gingerbread man there and a little Christmas pudding. And I'm sure they called them was bots. What bow? I was close. So it gives you the instructions though how to make the what bow. So I started and finished. I haven't fully finished as yet, but they're the little gingerbread men. I've even done all the back stitch and I've done it correctly. So there's little bits of back stitch and French knots, but you could quite easily put little pin stitches in, or if you've got any seed beads, they might work. So that is the gingerbread one. I'm lying. I've only finished this one, but I have finished this one because I haven't finished the back stitching on this little Christmas pud. And it does show you the difference back stitching make. I know most of us hate back stitching because it's just tedious, but what a difference it makes. So yeah, need to finish the back stitching on him. I'll get that done today. And isn't he dead, Ken? I love the little gingerbread men. I think they're so sweet. So I can see me making these again. You did get the full set with it, the full kit. And it does give you plenty thread. So you could stitch them again quite easily with the same thread that was included. And or you could just make them your own, use from stash and restitch them, which is one of my top tips for stitching on a budget. Lots and lots and lots of times I've bought one pattern and I've restitched it a few times if I haven't had the money, but I want to do some stitching, just restitch it. It means I've got to buy maybe a couple of skeins of thread, but it's cheaper than rebuying everything that you need. So yeah, they're my two little starts and finishes. No, one start and finish. See, I just lie. I blatantly lie all of the time. It's a good job you're there to catch me out in my fibs. So, that was quite quick, wasn't it? Galloping through this. We're only on 17 minutes. Shall we move straight into whips? I'm saying I've got some new starts. I don't know what my new starts actually are. Maybe I mean, that was a new start, the gingerbread, the what bows. Yes, I've got one new start, which I would still class as a new start. And it is Judy Whitman Designs, JBW Designs, a Stitcher's stocking, which I think is really sweet. It's got scissors and a bird, buttons, spools, pin. There's a little pin. Or is that meant to be a needle? I think it's meant to be a needle. It's got a little hole in. It's just really sweet. And I decided to go totally off-piste with this. Well, that's a posh way of saying something. Off-piste. And I am using a bit of fabric that I got off Megan Coffee Crafts. And I'm doing it with the variegated thread that I got from Paintbox Threads. So this is just a variegated grey, silver. So I've started it. You can see this is a 20 count, so it's pretty small. I'm not convinced, and I think that's why I haven't continued with it very much. I'm not convinced I like it. I think that the material is just too much. I think it's too dark. The reason I chose this and the thread is because my living room is sort of silvery grey themed, so I wanted it to match the decor more than anything. So I was thinking, oh well, I'll do like the bluey, and I was trying to be a little bit brave and step out my comfort zone a little bit, which is why I chose the bolder colour. But I don't think I like it. I could possibly do it on this, which was the fabric, and you certainly would see the grey a lot more. This was what I did the Biscornu on. Yeah, I think I've decided to restart it. So that was my new start. And it'll be a pretty quick stitch, I think, because I'm just using the one thread. The one thread, you know what I mean. Like there's no colour changes. Yes, I'm not going to do that. I've decided. Thank you. Thanks for helping us make the decision there. It doesn't always work, does it? Sometimes we change things and it works brilliantly, and other times we change things and it just doesn't. And it's too nice of a piece of fabric to not show off with the right stitch on it. Yeah, no, I don't like. You just can't see it. Can't see it. Right. Well, that's made that decision. Happy days. I love coming and chatting with you a lot. You're so helpful. And you are so helpful. I'm really grateful for all the comments that I get with all the top tips that I get as well, because it all helps. Okay, let's move into the whips. I'll whip out me whips. This one is my heart stitch, which is Home for the Holidays by Blackbird Designs, and it is Christmas Garden. I'm going to find it. So that is Christmas Garden, which you will see on Carol Saltbox's wall, and Brenda from Brenda and the Cereal Starter. They've both got it hanging on their walls. I do love it. And I did quite a bit of it at the Jingle Ball. So I got the border finished. So the border all met, and it's a lovely size piece of fabric, particularly sort of either side. It's just like the perfect size fabric. So the border met and not a single stitch had to be fudged. I was over the moon and quite stunned as well, because I was just going to fudge it. There was no way I would be going back and unpicking to wherever the hell I'd gone wrong. There's me, you see, assuming I would have gone wrong. You can tell how my stitching normally goes, can't you? And then at the Jingle Ball, what I did was on Saturday, I just sat and put the little buds in. So I did all the sort of the dusky rose. Yeah, I just sat and put those in. So I didn't even attempt to do anything more on the motifs, because I thought if I'm not concentrating properly, it's not going to happen. So I did do the monotonous stitching, and it was really nice, really lovely just to sit and work on it and to see, you know, I mean, it wasn't a huge amount of stitching, but it was a lot more than I normally get done at a retreat. Tell you what, I was knackered after that first day. I was shattered. I felt like I'd been to a proper retreat. And it was so nice. I really enjoyed it, but tiring, very tiring. Okay. Next is Little House Needleworks. And this is my work stitch, so I only do this on a lunchtime generally when I'm at work. And I don't often take a proper lunch break really. It's just the way I work. It's just easier for me to just sort of keep an eye on what's going on. Just the job I do, it's just a lot easier. So, Winter Petites by Little House Needlework. And so far, I showed you this one the last time, the Angel that I'm nearly finished with. I haven't done any more on there, but I am nearly finished. But I have done quite a bit more on the second one, or the second one that I'm doing. So the only thing I had done was half the border and this snowflake. So I've done all of this, done the roof, done all the windows and the door, although I haven't quite finished off. There's 3 little stitches need to go in the middle of the door, and the tree and the little. So that's as far as I'm getting. I would like to get this finished, but it's unlikely. My work stitches go really slowly because I don't have a huge amount of time. So yeah, so that is where I am on that one. Next one, Whispered by the Wind, Christmas flower. And I talked about this the last time as well, that the picture just doesn't do it justice in any way, shape or form. You've got to see the real one. The real one? Well, the real Christmas flower, please stand up. Yeah, the one on, because I got this from 123 Stitch, and the picture on 123 Stitch is loads better than this. So that is that, and I got a little bit further, not a huge amount, but a little bit further. So I think I was up to here, and I was just about to start this red one, so I finished the red petal basically, and that's as far as I've got on that one. And this is on, do you know, I've just realised I haven't said what anything's on. If anybody wants to know what anything's on that I've already showed, apologies. Just stick it in the comments and I'll answer. This is Valor, though I think it's 32 count. No, I'm lying. 28 count Valor. And the last time I said it was with Gloriana threads. It's not, it's with Threadworks. It's the Threads by Threadworks, and it's what's called, well, there's 2 or 3 different threads that you can use. Threadworks, Carrie's Hand Dyed Floss, Weeks Dye Works, or DMC. Now I'm doing it with Threadworks, which is Woodland Green and Bleeding Hearts. So yeah, and I love the Valor. I thought I had some more of this. I need to order some more of this. It's lovely. it's a bit more green than what it's showing on there. It's showing like a grey green, and it's not. It's more of a, that's better. So it's more of a greeny green. Yep, it's more of a greeny green, as you do. Yeah, so that is that one. Oh, I've not got my microphone out again, haven't I not? What a wally. What a wally. Okay, next one is Hello from Liz Matthews. And Quaker Snowflakes. Which is lovely. And I bought this ages ago, months and months and months ago. And I haven't got much further on this either. I'm doing it on a 36 count Lyrebird Dell by Fox and Rabbit. So I've got a little bit further. I've finished the top, and I've done a little snowflake at the end, and a couple of little snowflakes at this end. And it's really lovely, but it's quite difficult because it's so dark. That's better. It's more of a teal. It's shown. I'm trying to think if I can get a. It's better. It's like a really sort of tealy dark. So it's difficult to, or it's more difficult to stitch on an evening. It's not like an easy stitch. So when I finish work, this is the last one. Excuse me. This is the last one that I'll pick up. When I finish work, I tend to pick up much easier ones, which have been me Biscono, me Merry Christmas and me Let It Snow. They're the easier ones. But I do want to get some more work done on this, definitely, because I do love it and I love the fabric. So this is, I'm doing 1/1 and I'm using the anchor, I think. Yeah, I'm using anchor, 1 thread over 1. Oh, I'm stuck. My needle minder. This is a little witch's hat needle minder that I just made myself, which is dead cute. Well, I feel like this morning is going very quickly and smoothly, and not as much shenanigans as we normally get up to. I don't really know what's happened. I don't know. I feel a little bit discombobulated. I love that word. Discombobulated. And I don't know why I feel it. I just do. My next, I think this was a whip. This might be a new start. So this is in my, do you know what, I haven't shown me bags either, which I should have. This was a Teresa Coget fabric by Pauline at Sew Bee Bags over on Instagram. She sells at a really, really good price point. And really lovely, well made. This was Not Enough Whip Bags by Sarah. Not Enough Whip Bags, which was a custom made one, but the customer didn't turn up for it. And this one is one of my little bags from Andrea, who's Stitchy Science Technician. I think by rights it's meant to be a notions holder, maybe. I don't know. But I use it as a smalls. And this is, I haven't got the, I don't know what I've done with the, I haven't got the picture. Didn't I say it was all going a little bit too smoothly? So it's a Mill Hill kit that I'm doing, and it's called Crystal Snowflake. So there's all that. It's a good point. I don't know where's my beads gone? Oh, it's all going horribly wrong. Didn't I speak too soon? That's slightly worrying. I don't know what I've done with all the beads. And I had to frog this as well. This took longer than it should have. Oh, what a pain in the backside it was. Because I did the very palest. I don't know if you can actually see it. So these ones, the very palest aquamarine. I'd done it wrong and I was one stitch out, and I thought, I'm not, it'll be fine. It's a snowflake, it'll be fine. So I carried on, but it wasn't fine, because then when I went to put these in, you see how there's like a line of these here? It was totally off. And because it needs to be symmetrical, is that the word? It was all going horribly wrong, so it took me an age to frog it. And I ended up just, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I just get annoyed and I get my scissors out and cut it. And then it takes longer because you've then got to pull all the little wispy bits of thread out, and I know you can get the little mascara brushes to help, but it was just frustrating for the sake of what it was, like very small. It was frustrating. So anyway, that is Crystal Snowflake by Mill Hill. Hopefully I'll be able to find the rest of it. Or if I won't, if I don't, I'll be a little bit peeved considering how long it's bloody taken to get that far. Right, and my last whip. Yes, last whip. This all doesn't seem to be very long. And of course, it is my other heart stitch, which is my Patchwork calendar by Owl Forest Embroidery. And the last time you saw it, I'd done all of these and this one, and I just started on here, which was like the April square with the little bunny rabbits on. And I haven't done as much as I have been recently on this, but I have done some more on that square. So that is the it's not, is it, what do you call it, focusing properly? It's like a lime green and lavender. Now that I've pulled this out, I think I'll probably do some more on this as well. I kind of jumped into Christmas with both feet. So, and I've shown these before, but I'm going to show them again. So I'm doing it on 40 count Fox and Rabbit ballet slippers with the called for, all the called for. So you can see this is the one that I'm on at the moment. And I've organised them on me because I can't, well, I could put little stickers on with the names of them, but I haven't. I've just put them in order so I know what's coming up next. Love this. Absolutely love this. it's just been one of the most lovely things I've stitched. I think it's the favourite thing I've stitched in a long, long time. And I enjoy nearly all my stitching. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. But I've really, really, really got a lot from that one. And is that all my whips? I'm probably going to have to do a Flosstube extra because I think I've forgotten an awful lot because I've done quite a lot. Although, have I done quite a lot? Maybe I haven't. It's been, work's been quite busy suddenly. Well, yeah, it was quite quiet for a while, but then suddenly it's really ramped up recently. And I found once I'm finished work, I'm knackered. Like, I'm tired. It takes it out of us. I mean, I start work generally about 7 in the morning and I finish somewhere between 4, half 4 generally, although it can go up to sort of 5 o'clock, so I can do some quite long days. And then I'm in my bed and asleep by 8, pretty much, because then I'm up at sort of 5 or 6 again anyway. So I only have maybe an hour or so to stitch on a work day, so I don't get a huge amount. So that's probably about right because I've got all my finishes. Why do I feel like I'm justifying how much stitching I've done? Like I'm having to justify to myself why I don't feel like I've done very much, and yet it does feel like I've done a lot. I have done other Stitchy related things. Gifts will be coming up. So I've done things like that. I did quite a lot of shopping at the Jingle Ball. And I've got into a bit of a knot with that, so I'll talk about that in a moment. But I'm going to have a quick breather. Oh! And a costume change, because I need to get the most out of these flipping things I've bought. So, 2 ticks. Hello, I'm back. So, what have we got left? We've got a new section. Brand new. And it's Stitchy Kindness. I got some things sent through the post to me. So I've got that. I've got the gifts that I got from Jingle in Me Ball and 1 2 3 Stitch. And advent calendars, we need to talk about that. And forward plans. So let's get cracked into it. A very, very lovely lady called Val Lawson sent me a card. And this is homemade as well, which is really lovely. And I'm a little bit, because I can make cards as well. And I was genuinely like, I don't really know how she's done that. But isn't it lovely? I was dead chuffed with that. Really, really, really loved it. And a really lovely message inside. And she sent me all of this stuff. Some Prairie School Santas, and I haven't got any. So I was hugely excited to get some Prairie School Santas and some hands-on design, some heart in hand, more Prairie Schoolers. Oh, and one of the little wee Santas from 2018. And a couple of hard hanger kits. So she said I can stitch them or use them for giveaways. So I will be doing a mixture of both. So I'll be stitching some of them. Others I will be using for giveaways. I will be stitching some of them and then using them for giveaways. So just a massive thank you, Val. So flippin' kind. I was really, really, really blown away. Like genuinely like, oh my God. So over the moon. Thank you so much. Gifts from Jingle in Me Ball. Now the Jingle Ball was great. It's a little bit, we can't join, well, you can join in the UK on the first day, but it starts at 11 p.m, so well past my bedtime. So I didn't join until the Saturday, and I spent about 3 hours in the shopping mall. Surprise, surprise. And I've got into a little bit of a knot with myself because I bought stuff, and because they're all PDFs and downloads, I've got a bit lost as to what the hell I've bought and what I haven't. And so I need to go through. I have tried to go through different, because when I get a PDF, I download it either into Microsoft Office 365 or GoodNotes, usually both. Some of them get transferred over to Pattern Keeper, but it depends what device I'm on as well, because I mean, I've got a tablet, I've got a phone, I've got a computer, I've got 2 laptops, 2 tablets, 1 phone, that I use to download stuff, and I just get into a bit of a knot with it all. So I need to go and have a proper look and really sort of have a sort through of my patterns, what I've got and what I haven't got. The amount of stuff I found going into the Jingle Ball that I bought from the Jingle Ball last year and totally forgot, because then I haven't printed them out as patterns. I can't see them, and they just disappear into the ether of my memory, and we all know my memory's not great. So I need to have a proper sort through. So I'll show you some of the ones I got. Teresa Koga, this was me final hurrah. I did try and buy just the exclusives, because the other ones you can get on different websites. So I tried to buy just the exclusives mainly. So I got Greetings from St. Nick. Now obviously it is American themed, so I'll probably just leave the flag out. I think I'll keep the star in, because I think the star is Christmassy. I don't think it's anything to do so much with the flag. So yeah, I got that one. I know I bought another Teresa Koga one. I haven't printed it out, obviously. I got ink circles, because I couldn't find this on any other websites as well. So it's called The Ghosts of Christmas Past. And it's a few different ones. I wouldn't stitch all of them, but I love these Celtic-y designs. I absolutely love them. I don't know if it's the Scot in me, but I really, really love those. So I bought that. I bought 2 from Tiny Modernist, Christmas signs, and this was the vintage signs. I just thought they were dead Christmassy, funnily enough. God, I say stupid things at times. And I got, where's the other Tiny Modernist one? That one. The winter signs. And again, they can stay up a little bit longer. It's not just for Christmas. And I thought they would match my living room, because they're grey, as you do. What I did was, when I've printed them out, I've printed them onto 2 sides to the 2 different patterns, because I'll stitch them from a device, either from GoodNotes or Pattern Keeper. But I wanted to print them out to show you, because I still don't know how to do insert pictures and all that jazz. So I've got that one, and I got these 2 Heartstring Samplery, Morning Star, and I love this. See if I can try and get it close. I just thought it was so vintagey, and not vintagey, but like traditional looking. what does it say? Brightest and best of the something of the morning, star of the east, horizon adorning. Shall we not yield him in costly devotion? Something of the mountains and pearls of the ocean. And then it says Christmas Eve. Morning star, like this. Very me. Very me. And from Beth Twist as well, I've got My Love to Keep Me Warm, the black sampler. And I like a band sampler. I know typically samplers are the ones with the alphabets and stuff on, but for me it's the band samplers. I absolutely love, really, really love band samplers. Now I know I've bought quite a few more. I know I did. Where they are stashed in me computer, one of me computers somewhere, somehow, someplace. They might come out to play at some point. I might find them again. Yeah, who knows. Okay, other ones. I got my fabric from Patchwork Rabbit from Fibre on the Whim Club. And this is, it's a 20 count Ada that I get, and this is Latte. Which is really nice. I'm thinking about switching to a linen. I think some of these, the mottling stuff, I think lends itself better to linen. But I like 20 count Ada because it's an easy stitch. I find it an easier stitch. So when my eyes are tired after work, because I work at a computer screen all day, so by the end of the day I'm pretty whacked. And Ada is always easier to stitch on. So that is that. I've got my mystery bundle from Megan, Coffee Craft Fabric, and it comes like this, exactly like this. So every other month I get needles, which I've chosen to get, and they're a 26 count, a size 26, which is cool. I tend to use 26 the most. There's a little tin, a little Santy tin. Isn't he dead cute? Do you like me new reindeer antlers and me Santy earrings? I'm being very festive. There was some festive floss drops, which are pretty, like a pinky themed. A Santy needle minder. He's dead sweet. He reminds me of like a soda, you know, the soda Stitch. He's got that sort of cutesy face. Some scissors. They're quite heavy as well, these. And you can never have too many scissors, ever. A week's dye work, is it Violet? Yes, Violet. Just a nice variegated. I got a little clip-on charm, a little Christmas tree, some little wreaths, charms, a thread bling, again Christmas themed, and a piece of fabric, and I got 36 count. It's like a silvery grey. Let's see, that's better. Yeah, like a silvery grey. And before we go any further, it's just popped into my head again. Have you all seen the Sycamore Gap cross-stitch design from Bothy Threads? Of course I'm going to have to stitch it. And I think it's been mega popular, really mega popular. Whoever designed it knew what they were doing, because obviously the Sycamore Gap tree got felled in an act of vandalism a couple of months ago now. Still waiting to see what happens with that. There's a 16-year-old, two 30-year-olds and a 61-year-old, all males, being arrested in connection with it, but we still don't know. But I'm still really annoyed that that was our tree. That tree belonged to us. It belonged to the world. It belonged to the people who appreciate it. I don't think they have any, they can't possibly have any comprehension of what they've done. Anyway, menopausal. I must be yeah, I'm firing on cylinders. Okay, 1, 2, 3 stitch. What did I get? I got some more Mirage from Picture This Plus, and I'm sure I've already got some of this. It's an Edinburgh, which is 36 count, so that'll come in for lots of different things, because I do love me steely greys. I got now I got this from Peakside, and this is the first tabby cat I've ever had, and this is Tickety Boo. So I got this from Peakside Needleworks. Love it. I do love it. And it's lovely linen. I'll definitely buy more tabby cat. It's got a nice feel to it. Definitely like that. And I got this one, which is is it 36? It is 36 count, and it's called Relic. It is probably more orangey than it's not gonna show up. It is much more orangey. That's not bad there. But I mean, the mottling and the marbling is just to die for. I just love fabric. What can I say? And this was another Edinburgh 36 count, and this is earthen. Now online it looked more browny, like a really dark primrose colour. It's not. It's more of a pinky. It has got some darker sort of browns in it, but it's definitely more pinky. Or this particular piece is more pinky than I thought it was going to be. Still like it, and I will use it without a shadow of a doubt. And I saw this from Pam and Steph, Just Keep Stitching, and Pam got some of this, and I took one look and I was like, I need to have some of that. Where can I get it from? And it is, oh God, what have I done with the, don't say I've thrown out. I think I have, I think I've thrown out the tag. I think it's all going horribly wrong. Oh my God. I think it's called Pumpkin Spice. I think it's called Pumpkin Spice, but I can't remember. But I can't check. Give me two ticks. I'm going to check because you'll need to know what this is, won't you? Not Coffee Craft. I want to be in 1, 2, 3 stitch. Where's my order? You see, it's not even called that at all. It is called Crispy October. So it was kind of autumn themed. It's called, what did I say it was called? Crispy October linen. It doesn't say who the dyer is. Crispy October. Linen. Primitive hair. We got there eventually, didn't we? With a bit of teamwork. Crispy October linen. And I think I've got a stitch for this, which I'll show you in a minute. It's literally just popped into me head that I know what I can stitch on that one. And then I've got some patterns. Now, this is kind of me forward plan as well, because it's my 50th next year. I know. You can't believe it, can you? I only look 25. I feel a lot more than nearly 50, but yeah. So I will be 50 in March. And I know Sarah and Sally from Flossie Sews and Grows are doing 50 starts for their 50th next year's. No. They're mad. They are mental. They are chicken oriental. I'm thinking of doing, I just want to do, I suppose, a special start for me 50th. So I'm still kind of on the lookout. I may have found the one that I'm going to do. I think I might have found it. I just remember thinking I'll know it when I see it. And this was a contender for it. And this is Modern Folk Embroidery, Forget Me Not. And I love Quakers. I think you've probably established by now. So this is Jacob's Modern Folk Embroidery. So Forget Me Not, that is a contender. I know me and my friend Leanne were talking about stitching it together. I don't know what we're doing really. But I got that one. I got this one, The Vintage Tree by October Fibre Arts. And I love this. I can't remember if I saw this. It might have been Carol Saltbox. It might have been Katie from So Tattered. I can't remember where I saw this, but I fell in love with it. It was on Flosstube, and I needed to have it. So I've just started to get the threads together for it. I got a Bristol stocking, and I am doing this as a red one. I've just pulled it. Oh, in fact, is that the red? Yeah, that's the red I pulled to do this because I was looking both together. So I've chosen 3831 to do it with. It's meant to be, or it suggests that it is 304, but for me it was too pinky, the red. But yeah, I'm going to do that one in a red after the other one. I've got the Scarlet House, Sarah Barnes. I love that. Every time I look at it, I love it. I fall in love with it all over again. This has been me cart for ages and ages, and I finally pulled the trigger. Another Quaker, Nature Quaker by Marjorie Massey. Surprise, surprise, another Quaker. This is the one I'm thinking for me Crispy October. Old Sanatorium. And this will go along with the Salem Apothecary by Primrose Cottage. So hopefully I'll have both of these, and I'm thinking that this would work quite nicely. It's not blood, but it's got splotches on it, hasn't it? So I think that'll work. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Sometimes I amaze myself. Noel en Rouge, Red Noel, Red Christmas, Lila's Studio even. I would like to have done that for this year as well. Do you know, it's like, I get overwhelmed. And then this one, Christmas Parade. Isn't that just fabulous? Is it Primrose Cottage? No, Cottage Garden samplings. This is going to get done sooner rather than later as well. And I love this. I love this one. It's another Little House Needleworks, and this is Sweet Petites. And I really like them as well. I say these things like, oh, and I really like that. I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't flipping like it. Put that one to last. Now this one, I was inspired by Sarah's Stitchy spot. It sits behind her on her Flosstubes, and every time I watch her Flosstubes, I think, oh, I love that. I really love that. So I finally pulled the trigger and got it. Absolutely love this one. And the picture doesn't do it justice again. If you want to see it in reality, go and watch Sarah. Go and watch Sarah anyway if you don't already, because she's lovely. She's a really lovely lady. So yeah, floral motif sampler. And I got this one. Now I'm sure this was Carol Saltbox inspired, because the Bells on Christmas Day by Blackbird Designs, I'm sure it's this one she's done. And she showed it on one of the last Flosstubes. And it just looks amazing. The other thing I would love to do is it called The Light of Winter by Brenda Gervais? Because I've got Winter Rose Manor half done. And The Light of Winter is meant to be a companion piece to it. But Brenda Gervais is just a nightmare to get in the UK. She's just so difficult. Not she's so difficult, but it's difficult to get her patterns. And the last one, which I think is, this is a serious contender for me 50th. I've got the Mirabella Nightingale. And I just love her. And when I was a little girl, I had a book called The Lady of the Lamp. And it was it was about Florence Nightingale. It was one of the reasons I wanted to be a nurse. And I just love this. It's got the lamp, it's got the blues. This is just me. So I really love this. So at the moment, this is in pole position for my 50th birthday stitch. What else? Forward plans. So that's all my gifts. It wasn't horrendous this month. We're back to normal. Advent calendar. We'll talk about that as well. Two ticks. 1, 2 ticked, and I'm back in the room. Forward plans. I put out a post on Instagram. I put out a request for opinions on Instagram. I got Miss Christmas Eve from Mirabilia. Why can't I suddenly not say Mirror? It's me, Mirror, right? That seems to be easier for me to say. Miss Christmas Eve, and I suddenly had this, wouldn't it be nice to, and I was talking to somebody, it was at the Jingle Ball, which was cracking, by the way. Absolutely loved it. And I sat day one, I sat in the international room, and then day 2 I sat in the early bird room, and I met some really lovely people and some really knowledgeable ladies, and we had a laugh. It was good fun. It was really good fun. So that's right, and I had a finish during me I've just remembered I had a finish. Oh, it was me Chris the Captain Stitcher one. It was me Let It Snow. I finished at Jingle Ball. So I got to ring an imaginary Jingle Ball bell, which went ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, just like that. Poor women in the room must have thought, what the hell? Anyway, I put an opinion to find out what should I do this on. I decided that it would be interesting to see if I started this on Christmas Eve this year and then stitched it on the 24th of every month next year, and only on the 24th of every month next year, to see how far that would actually take me in a year. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the 24th of every month on my Miss Christmas Eve. So I did a bit of floss toss for it to figure out, because I've got quite a lot of fabric now, to figure out what I wanted to stitch it on, and I came up with this. This is going to be quite difficult to show you. I came up with this. This is, can't see it very well. This is Capricorn by Sparklies. If I can spread it out a bit. I'm just going to have to move the threads. So, and then I went on to the fabric viewer because I wasn't sure whether this or a green, and it was the Valor I was thinking of, you know, before the one that Christmas flowers on. I was thinking of that, but I haven't got it, so I would need to order yet more fabric. Fortunately, nearly everybody, I would say 98% of the responses were Capricorn, because I put another example on, which one do you think, this or that? And they all went for Capricorn. So I'm going to start that on the 24th. On the 25th, my Christmas Day start is going to be The Snow Queen by Nora Corbett. So I'm going to start that. And this was the one that I got from Harrogate, that I got with everything I needed. I got it fully kitted. So I've got the fabric, and I've got all the threads, and when I do mirrors, when I do ones with lots of threads, I tend to use the Flossway bags. So they're all kitted up. You can hear I've got the beads. So everything is good to go. So that's going to be my Christmas Day start. When I'm going to stitch that, I don't know. In terms of, I haven't got like a specific plan like I have for the 24th one. So yeah, so that's going to be my Christmas Day start. The other thing I'm going to do on Christmas Day is Advent. So I've got my 2 Advent calendars, which are from Historical Sampler and from Megan at Coffee Craft Fabrics. And I've decided, after not being able to even contain myself after the Halloween one, I've decided not to open any of them. I opened the very first day off Megan, which was some fabric. And then I decided, you know what, because I don't really get Christmas presents off anyone. And no, don't feel sorry for us. It's nothing like that. I get something off my sister, and I get something off my parents, and I would normally get something off my daughter. But other than that, I don't have a huge circle, which suits me. So I've decided to keep my Advent calendars for Christmas Day. So I'm going to open them all on Christmas Day. So I will have 48 prezzies to open on Christmas morning, which I thought would be quite nice. So that is what I intend to do on Christmas, and then stitch on the Snow Queen. So I'm hugely excited for that. My other plans going forward, 24 and 24 is being done by both Pam and Steph, and I've seen Jessica Sweetwater is doing a version of it as well. So I've decided to do 24 and 24, but I also want to do 12 and 12. Now 12 and 12 is Kia B's brainchild, and it's 12 new starts, 12 whips, 6 new starts, 6 whips, whatever your version of it is. It's meant to be sort of 12 projects in 12 hours on New Year's Eve. I'm very lucky in that I can spend 12 hours stitching if I want to. I can create a life where I can. But I'm going to combine them. So my 12 and 12 are going to be 12 of my 24 and 24. Are you with me so far? So all I'm going to do, I won't be able to do, excuse me, from 12 noon to 12 midnight because I won't be up that late. So I'll do either 7 till 7 or 8 till 8. But basically I'll start, and they're going to be 12 new starts, and they're going to be part of my 24 and 24. And I'm trying to be semi-sensible in my plans. So I'm going to do the Quakers, I'm going to do the months. I'm going to do, I've just found I found one of me Jingle Ball purchases. So January Quaker. So all I'm going to do is put a few stitches in each of these on my 12 and 12. So January, February, and these are all from the Needle Art by Wendy. So January, February, I know I have got March somewhere, so I didn't rebuy it. I know I've got it because it's my birthday month, and I'm sure I bought it. I am absolutely convinced I bought it as the pattern. So I haven't bought it again. So, but there is March. April, Quaker. There is May Quaker. Again, I haven't printed everything out, so that I'll stitch them from June Quaker. I'll stitch them from a digital device. July Quaker. I love this one. I know it's July as in Independence Day, and it's flag colours, but I'm alright with that. August, or I could change the colours if I want to, but I probably won't because I quite like them. August Quaker. There is September Quaker, which is my daughter's birthday month. October Quaker. November Quaker. And finally, surprise, surprise, December Quaker. So that is 12 of my 12 and 12. That's my 12 and 12 and 12 of my 24 and 24. Those two to show you. And then what I'm going to do is I have got these that I want to stitch. And this is from the blue flower. So I have got spring, summer, autumn. He's lovely, isn't he? And winter. And if you want to see these fully done, Lauren, the New Hampshire stitcher, she stitched them all and made them up into little pillows, and they're really sweet. So that's another 4. I have also got, and I haven't got all of these together yet, but I will when I get sorted. I'm going to do some of the wee birds. So I've got Halloween, and I know I've got winter. I know I have. So again, I'm not buying it again because I know I've got it. So I'll be doing Halloween and winter. I will also be doing autumn and Christmas. So I need to buy autumn and Christmas. So that'll be another 4 of my 24 and 24. So far I was up to 1620. Another one I want to do again is monthly related, and I want to do my Nora Corbett, which is Pisces, which is my month. So I want to do her, so that's 21. I want to do, and I bought this at the Jingle. Did I buy this? No, I didn't buy this at the Jingle Ball. I'm totally lying. Halloween Quaker. My friend Tan, the monogamous stitcher. She's busy stitching this at the moment, so I want to do that. So I'm up to 22. I also want to do, and this will also be a giveaway, part of it, the thistle crown that I've talked about, bleated on about forever, and I've got the threads there as well. And I didn't realise I had it and the threads, and I rebought it from 123 Stitch, so it will be part of a giveaway. Just I'll need the threads, but so it'll just be the other pattern that I bought will be part of a giveaway as well. So thistle crown, that's 23, and my last one, is the spool, the Meadow Roll by Cross Stitch Guild, and this is, it's all stuck in. So that's the spool, and you can see the band, and then you stitch it obviously and put it all together. So that will be, and that is the Meadow Roll by Cross Stitch Guild. So that is the plans for my 24 in 24. And I've got gear, I've got Snow Queen, I've got Miss Christmas Eve, I've got Fairy Moon, I've got some big ladies as well. Am I biting off more than I can chew? So anyway, I'm hoping that I've been trying to be semi-sensible for my 12 and 12 and my 24 and 24. So have we come to the end? Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? And where my little notepad's gone. Book of Days. I've kept my Book of Days. It's under a pile of stuff behind there, so I'm not getting it out now. I wanted to get that new cross stitch planner, but I can't find it anywhere in the UK. So we will see what happens with my Book of Days. I need to get something sorted, some sort of organiser for 24. And, oh God, I'm stuck. Right. Yeah, I think that's about it, and I think that's probably about enough, more than enough. There's usually a final thought, isn't there? I'll have to have a look at my final thought stash, because I can't think of a one. I don't know if you wonder where I get this from. These are literally ones that I've written, that have come along on me travels, that I've written down that I quite like. So I haven't got a book or anything I'm using them from. It's just stuff that I've come across that I've liked. Okay, so this is by St. Catherine of Siena. Be who you were created to be, and you will set the world on fire. Bye for now.